This is what I want you guys to know for this video, and hopefully by the end of it, you will have a better understanding of the CNA state board exam that's split into two: written and skills. So one is going to be written, one is going to be skills. And by the end of this video, if you stay tuned for the full video, you will know exactly what you need to do and exactly how to study and how long you need to study to pass your CNA state board exam. What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Zib, back at it again with another video. And today we are going to be back on the CNA exam help. I get this topic a lot, especially from the last video that I've posted. If you haven't already, go ahead and check that video out. We are already at like 40,000 views for that video. But I also posted another one. That one was the written one, and this one would have been the skills exam video. And yeah, so this is specifically for those who need CNA help and those who are in the middle of their CNA program looking to get some help on how to pass on the first attempt and the first attempt only. Before we get into it, go ahead and like, go ahead and comment, go ahead and subscribe. The channel is growing a mile a minute and we are on the road to 5K subs. That is our goal number. That is where we want to be, 5K subs. So help your way out by sharing this video, subbing, all that good stuff. Now, let's get into the bulk of this video. Also, go ahead and follow me on the gram at LuckyleftZ. That's where you can find my Instagram and everything I'm doing on my day-to-day basis. But this video is going to be on how long should you be studying for the CNA exam. And I'll start by informing you guys, because some of you already know, some of you don't. The exam is split into two different parts. One is going to be the written exam and one is going to be the skills exam. Sometimes they occur on the same day. Very rarely they do, but most of the time they do not. You have about a week in between both of these. Depending on what program you go into, you have about a week between both of them to basically take this CNA exam. And this is for, the registry for the state. I have my iPad, as I often do, just to stay on task for this video. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at this. So the first tip I have for you guys is to keep in mind that one is going to be virtual and the other one is going to be in person. The virtual one is going to be the written exam. You go into a testing center and it's simply asking you different questions about everything that you've learned outside of the clinical portion of your CNA exam. In my opinion, it's a safety test and a knowledge test. Okay, the first part is going to be the specific role that you have as a CNA, different things you should look for in your day-to-day interactions with patients, with staff, and everything else. And the second half is going to be the actual role of a CNA, what you should know about different body processes, different things that's going on with the patient. Typically, focuses specifically on gerontology, how to take vitals, how to do certain things. This is all going to be in your written exam. It's going to ask you these technical specific questions outside of the clinical portion. Now, the skills portion is a completely different exam. You have a preceptor and you're typically doing it in a setting as if, you are an actual CNA. And a lot of these steps, which was 23 in the book that we had for the state of North Carolina, but a lot of these steps have certain orders to go about. I'm not going to get too deep into these videos. I actually want you guys to go back and watch the written video and the skills video. This goes way more into depth, but this is focusing today on how long you should be studying for both of these exams. Now, during the program, each program is, different. And I will say that each program is different. Before my program, I was only in the program for about a month and a half. And from day one, we were practicing skills, and I mean non-stop. Practicing skills every day, practicing skills with different people that were in our program every single day. We did a Pick 5 method, which is something I went deeply about in the last video, so go back and watch that one. But the Pick 5 method shorthand is simply 5 skills out of the 23 that we did every single day with no help at all. Even during mess ups and everything else, we had to get it done. And then the other part was simply practice tests that we did throughout our program, which I feel like it was a good job because a lot of those questions look very similar to the state boards that you have to take once you finish your CNA program to begin working as a certified nursing assistant. Now, How long should you be studying? We started day one. Day one skills was something that we drilled every single day. Even when we get home, you drill them every single day. This is what you don't want to mess up on, because if you get one of these skills wrong, you will fail the exam. I mean, like, your preceptor will be looking at you, let you take the exam. You mess up on the first one, 2 minutes into your exam, 2 minutes into your skills exam, you could have failed and you would not know. They will let you finish. They will let you go home thinking, yeah. And then lo and behold, you messed up the first skill of the first round of skills, which caused you to fail. So I get a lot of comments below about talking about, oh, how I failed the skills exam or I failed the written exam. And I want to kind of fix that issue. I want to kind of help you guys out however I can, because I actually was lucky enough and blessed enough to pass on the first go around, not have to retake the class, not have to repay any money. I was able to do it on the first try, and I want to help you guys pass on the first try. So skills, again, drill them every day. We drill them for a month, and then even after we finished the CNA exam, we still had another 3 weeks to study every single day on our own, everything that we needed to know about skills. A week after our program, we did take the written exam, though. Again, I think the written exam personally is a lot easier than the skills exam, and it's a lot quicker than the skills exam because it's not a tough test at all. Like I told you guys in the beginning of the video, it's more of a safety test than an actual knowledge test. It's a knowledge test and a safety test, but a lot of it is just in the day in the life of a CNA. What do you do in certain situations? And if you pick the safest answer, there's a good chance you might pass. So when talking about these two exams, I kind of want to paint a picture for you guys. I want you guys to know that one of these exams will be virtual. One of these exams will be in person. One of these exams you have to study harder for. One of these exams you don't have to study as hard for. One gives you more leeway and the other one will fail you. And I mean in like 2 seconds. This is what I want you guys to know for this video, and hopefully by the end of it, you will have a better understanding of the CNA state board exam that's split into two, written and skills. So one is going to be written, one is going to be skills. And by the end of this video, if you stay tuned for the full video, you will know exactly what you need to do and exactly how to study and how long you need to study to pass your CNA state board exam. Now, luckily for one, there are a lot of resources that you can use. One resource that I want to go ahead and recommend is the ATI testing. They have a CNA written exam on their website. Granted, you do have to pay for it, but they have about 400 different questions that you can cycle through, because I believe the actual exam is only about 75 questions, or like 100 questions, 75 to 100 questions. It wasn't a lot at all. At least for the state of North Carolina, it was super quick, super easy. And I didn't necessarily study too hard for the written one, because to me, a lot of it was just common sense. Like, my program was really, serious about the written part. And I mean, from day one, we were also serious about the skills part as well. I don't want to say that we were accelerated, because the program was only a month and like 2 weeks, but a lot of the people in my class have already graduated college, similar to me, have already, had knowledge about CNA. It was a private education office that kind of did the CNA exam, and it was like, it cost more because it was accelerated, and it was just super, super duper like there. It put us up on the scale of here to hurry up and get this done to pass the exam. Now I'm going to give you guys an actual schedule of how to necessarily study for this exam. If you haven't already started from day one of your program, you can easily implement this into your life right now. I say that for most states I'm seeing, you have to perform at least 5 to 6 skills for your state. And I'm focusing specifically on skills right now. You have to study at least 3 hours a day for your skills exam. And I mean drilling them. One thing that I started out with is doing at least 5 skills a day. The Pick 5 method is the most accurate and worthy method that I've found that works. You do your 5, and then over time, you notice that a lot are getting easier, and then a lot are you're still struggling with. So as time goes on, you continue to drill the ones that you are not confident in, and that will really just fix whatever issue that you have. That will fix whatever issue you have with any skills that you are not confident in. It takes time, but it's easy to do. If you study at least 4 hours for 2 weeks after your program ends or 2 weeks before your state board exam, you will pass this exam. It worked for me and it can work for you. Now, the written exam. I know a lot of people get anxiety a lot from this exam, and I see why and I don't see why at the same time, because to me it was more on the easy side than the skills exam. I was mind boggled for the skills exam, but the written exam was super duper easy. So what I say for you guys is find a practice test that you like. A lot are offered online. Some are free. Some you have to pay for. But if you pay the little $75 or whatever for whatever you find online, those questions are super accurate to what you will see on the state board exam. And even if you want to see me do any, I will literally go in, find an exam and go over the questions with you guys just to make sure that you are going to do well on it. So if you want to see that, go in the comment below, like below, and let me know that this is what you want to see. Also, if you made it this far in the video, shout out to you. I appreciate you for watching. Finally, and lastly, I just want you guys to know that this exam is not that difficult. I understand that it has a high importance because you need it to become a CNA. You need it to start working as a CNA. But if you do the skills every day and you practice these questions every day, you will not have an issue with passing this exam. I have seen some programs do a really good job of preparing their students, and I've seen some programs not do a good job of preparing their students, and I can see how it can be difficult. So I hope this video helped you guys. I didn't want to make it too long, but I feel like I had to speak about exactly how long you need to study, because that's what's messing up. The more you study, typically the better you will do, but you have to be, tactical about how you go about studying. These practice exams that you find online that you're paying for are definitely a lot more quality than the ones you are not paying for. And if you have test anxiety, you need to be studying these paid for practice tests. I'll list at least one below. But if you look online and see the state that you live in and type in practice CNA test, they only charge you $5-10 or so. You can go about it like that. But I hope this video helped. Practice your skills every day, and also to have more confidence in both, go ahead and watch both of those videos because they will be the most helpful thing, not this video specifically. So that's all I got for you on this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.